Your dog can read you before you say a single word. Not from your face, not from your voice. From the chemistry leaking off your skin right now, the tiny molecules in your sweat, your breath, your scalp, telling them things you didn't mean to share. Most owners believe their dog just knows them. The truth is stranger and far more precise. Your dog is not reading you the way a partner does. Your dog is reading you the way a doctor reads a test result. This isn't because you're transparent. It's not because you give yourself away with your tone or your posture. It's because the human body is a low, constant broadcast, and your dog's nose is a receiver tuned more precisely than any instrument in your kitchen, your bathroom, or your doctor's office. You can hide a thought. You can hide a worry. You can smile through a bad day, hold steady through a hard conversation, fake calm through a long week. But you cannot hide your hormones. You cannot hide your blood chemistry. You cannot hide the slow, invisible shifts inside you that your dog has been logging, quietly, patiently, since the day you brought them home. And the truth most owners never sit with is this. Your dog has been building a record of you. Every smell, every change, every chemistry update. They know things about your body that you have not yet noticed yourself. Stay for number 6, because that is the one most owners never realize is happening. And the science behind it is the most unsettling thing on this list. 6 explains why your dog sometimes stares at you for no reason, why they wake up just before you do, and why they seem to know things about your body that you have not yet figured out. It is not magic, it is chemistry, and once you see it, every other behavior on this list starts to make sense. 1. Your stress. Even when you're hiding it well, you walked in calm. You said hello. You poured a glass of water, and your dog still went quiet, still pressed against your leg, still gave you that long, soft look, as if they already knew. You think they read your face. They didn't. They read your sweat. In a 2022 study at Queen's University, Belfast, researcher Clara Wilson and colleagues collected sweat and breath samples from people before and after a stressful math task. Trained dogs distinguish the stressed samples from the relaxed ones with 93.75% combined accuracy, some dogs hitting nearly 97%. The chemistry of your stress, the researchers concluded, produces a measurable, distinct odor that dogs can simply smell. Then in 2024, a team at the University of Bristol, Cardiff University, and the British charity Medical Detection Dogs, led by Dr. Nicola Rooney, took it further. They showed that the odor of a stressed stranger, not even the dog's owner, made the dogs more pessimistic in a cognitive bias task. The smell of another person's stress made the dogs hesitate, hold back, brace themselves before approaching an ambiguous food bowl. Think about that. A stranger's stress, lifted from a piece of cloth, was enough to shift a dog's whole decision-making. Now imagine what your stress does. The stress of the person they live with. Eat near. Sleep beside. This is the part owners miss every day. Your dog is not reading the room. Your dog is reading the chemistry of the room and adjusting their own nervous system to match yours. The reason they go quiet when you're upset isn't loyalty. It's biology. They are inhaling the smell of your cortisol and reshaping their behavior around it. So when you tell yourself that you're fine and your dog drifts over and rests their head on your foot, understand what just happened. They didn't believe you. The molecules in the air told them the truth. 2. Your fear. Before your body has even named it. There is a moment, just before you feel afraid, when your body has already decided. Your palms cool, your skin shifts its temperature. The eccrine sweat glands change what they release. You don't notice. Your dog does. You'd call it intuition. Your dog would call it Tuesday. Researchers, including Biagio D'Aniello at the University of Naples, Federico II, have studied what is called interspecies transmission of emotional information through chemosignals. In their published work, dogs exposed to the sweat of frightened humans displayed more stress behaviors, sought their owners more, and approached strangers more cautiously than dogs exposed to the sweat of happy humans. The signal traveled species, through smell alone, with no faces and no voices involved. Other research, published in journals like Animal Cognition and PLOS1, has shown dogs can distinguish authentic emotional states in humans by odor, not only by expression. Fear, in particular, carries its own scent, a chemical halo that dogs read like a printed warning. Think about the everyday version of this. You're walking your dog past a house with another dog behind a fence. You feel that small flicker of "please don't lunge." Before you've even tightened the leash, your dog's ears change. Their gait changes. Their tail position changes. That is not a reaction to the leash. That is a reaction to the new chemistry on your skin. And here is the unsettling part. When you are anxious in a new place, a vet office, a stranger's house, a crowded sidewalk, your dog isn't reacting to what they see. They are reacting to what you are leaking into the air. Your fear becomes their fear. Your tension becomes their tension. The leash in your hand is not the only thing connecting you. The air between you is doing far more of the work, and your dog is breathing in every word your body forgot to say. 3. Your hormones. The slow story of who you are right now. Your body keeps a calendar in chemistry. Estrogen rises and falls. Progesterone shifts week to week. Testosterone drops with stress and climbs with sleep. Cortisol peaks in the morning. Adrenaline spikes and fades. And every single one of those shifts leaves a trail in your skin, your breath, your sweat. To you, this calendar is invisible. You have apps to track it. Charts, symptoms, guesses. To your dog, it is the most read book in the house. Researchers studying canine olfaction have noted, in journals from frontiers in veterinary science to applied animal behavior science, that dogs can detect hormonal changes associated with ovulation, pregnancy, and labor, sometimes weeks before a person notices the obvious signs. Owners who later become pregnant frequently report that their dog became unusually attentive, clingy, or protective long before any test confirmed it. This is not folklore. It tracks the science. What is your dog actually smelling? Compounds released by your sebaceous glands, the tiny oil glands across your scalp, your forehead, your back. Volatile organic compounds in your breath, subtle changes in the bacteria living on your skin, which themselves shift with your hormones. Even tears carry hormonal signatures, which is why some dogs grow visibly distressed when their person quietly cries in another room. They are not reading your face from down the hall. They are reading the air. So when your dog suddenly starts sniffing your stomach for longer, sleeping closer to you, watching you with that strange, focused softness, or treating you slightly differently from one week to the next, it isn't superstition. It isn't projection. It's a chemistry update, and they are filing it away in the long, ongoing dossier of you, a dossier you will never see, written in a language you cannot read by an observer who never looks away. And if this is changing how you see your dog right now, go ahead and subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around what the science actually says, not what we assume. 4. Your diet, your drinks, your medication. Your dog is a daily lab tech. That second coffee, the wine last night, the new vitamin, the skipped meal, the painkiller you took at lunch, the supplement you started 2 weeks ago and forgot about. To you, these are choices that come and go. To your dog, they are signatures, written into your breath, your sweat, your saliva, your skin. The science of human volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, is now a serious field. Researchers have cataloged hundreds of compounds released through human breath alone, and many of them shift dramatically with what we eat, drink, and take. Alcohol metabolites, garlic sulfur compounds, caffeine byproducts, ketones from fasting or low-carb eating. Each one threads its way into the air around you within minutes, sometimes seconds. Your dog can detect VOCs at concentrations as low as parts per trillion, a sensitivity so extreme that Alexandra Horowitz, who runs the dog cognition lab at Barnard College, has compared it to detecting a teaspoon of sugar dissolved in 2 Olympic swimming pools. The part of a dog's brain devoted to analyzing smells is, proportionally, roughly 40 times larger than yours. So your dog knows when you have been drinking. Your dog knows when you have changed medications. Your dog knows when you have skipped breakfast, or eaten something unusual, or started a new supplement that the bottle on your counter has not even fully kicked in yet. They don't have words for any of it, but the next time they sniff your hand a beat longer than usual, or hesitate before licking your face, or stand at the kitchen door with new attention, or pull back slightly when you bend down. It isn't random. It isn't moodiness. It isn't them being weird. It is data gathered from you, by them, all day. The strange truth is that your dog probably knows what you had for dinner more reliably than your partner does. They just have no way to tell you. 5. Your illness, sometimes before your doctor. This is where the research becomes most uncomfortable. Because dogs do not only smell what you ate and how you feel, they can smell the diseases inside you. A 2024 review in the American Journal of Veterinary Research, examining roughly 226 dogs across detection studies, found that the majority of canine olfactory work, about 68%, focused on cancer detection. Trained dogs have been able to identify melanoma, lung, prostate, breast, ovarian, bladder, and colorectal cancers from samples of breath, urine, or skin. One study reported lung cancer detection from breath and urine combined at over 97% accuracy. A larger 1,000-sample study reported sensitivity of 96% and specificity of 100% across multiple cancer types, including oral, breast, esophageal, and cervical. At Penn Vet, researchers have also trained dogs to detect hemangiosarcoma, deadly canine cancer, by scent, with accuracy rates that line up with what we already know about dogs detecting human cancers. The mechanism is simple and terrifying. Diseased cells release distinct volatile organic compounds, different from healthy cells, present in tiny amounts in your breath, your urine, your sweat, your skin, your dog's nose, with up to 300 million olfactory receptors against your roughly 6 million, can pick up those compounds long before any standard medical screening would catch them. There are documented anecdotal cases, collected by clinicians and recounted in interviews with researchers like Claire Guest of Medical Detection Dogs, of dogs persistently sniffing or pawing at a single spot on their owner's body that later turned out to be the exact site of a tumor. This does not mean your dog is your doctor. It does not mean every long sniff is a diagnosis. It does not mean you should panic the next time your dog noses your arm. But it does mean that the moments when your dog seems strangely focused on one part of you, sniffing a freckle, pressing into a spot on your stomach, ignoring food to lie against your back, are not always nothing. Sometimes they are everything, and sometimes the body that has not yet whispered its trouble to. The brain has already whispered it to the dog. 6. Your blood. Chemistry, minute by minute, all day long. This is the one most owners never realize is happening. And once you understand it, you cannot unsee it. Inside your body, blood sugar rises and falls all day. After meals, between meals, during exercise, during sleep, during stress. Each shift changes the chemistry of your breath in ways too small for you to notice, but not for your dog. Researchers, including teams led by Dr. Nicola Rooney at the University of Bristol and groups at the University of Cambridge studying diabetes alert dogs, have shown that dogs trained on breath samples can detect changes in blood glucose, particularly hypoglycemia, when blood sugar drops dangerously low. One leading hypothesis, developed by Cambridge scientists, is that isoprene, a compound humans exhale, rises during hypoglycemia. Dogs notice. We do not. In studies of real-world diabetes alert dogs, trained animals have repeatedly alerted owners to dangerous lows 15 to 30 minutes before any monitor or symptom catches up. In some cases, they have alerted to changes that the person themselves was completely unaware of, including during sleep. The dog smells what the body is doing before the body tells the brain. And here is the deeper, harder truth. Your dog is doing this all the time, not just trained dogs, not just service dogs. Every dog living with you is, on some level, monitoring the chemistry of your breath and your skin as a routine background task. They are not reading a chart. They are reading you, the version of you that is happening right now. Sugar, hormones, hydration, stress, illness, fatigue, fear, all of it written into the air you exhale and the oils on your skin. They were doing it before they knew your name. They were doing it before they trusted you. They are doing it while you read this. You think you know your dog. You probably do. But your dog knows you the way no human ever will, from the inside. Every video on this channel begins the same way, with a question most dog owners have never stopped to ask. And then we go looking for the real answer, not the simplified version, not the comfortable assumption, the actual science. If this changed how you think about that quiet, patient creature in the next room, leave a comment with the one thing on this list that surprised you most. Like the video so it reaches the next owner who needs to see it, and subscribe, because the next video is already being researched. Your dog has been telling you something all along. You finally have a way to hear it.